Yo, what is up, PPL fans? Shoutout here, coach of the Bayern Munich, and welcome to the PPL Week 8 team analysis. Now, this week we're up against Kelly and his Baltimore Braviarys, and before we get into all of the team analysis shenanigans, we're going to take a look at the league table and the GPA award, or the GPA, the Golden Pokeball Award. And if you want to take a look at the league table, we're second and third, kind of part of these top 4, top 5 if you want to count, if you want to go that far, which I think you should. So top 5 basically. This is a title race potentially. I think title race is at max until Jack, because I don't see Sam losing any games at all. Maybe 1, but not 2 or 3 even. So yeah, we're sitting in 3rd, and our opponent Kelly is sitting in 7th. So pretty much right below the top pack, I guess, with a -6 differential and 3 and 4, which is not a bad record whatsoever, considering that he has played some very strong opponents, including Sam, and I don't know who else because I have a bad memory. So there's that. So yeah, that's that. And then the GPA, if you want to take a quick look at that, beautifully enough, Megalopony is sitting at number 1 because, you know, Megalopony is the best Pokemon in existence. 11 and 1, plus 10 differential, which is by far the best one. Talonflame comes close with plus 7, if we go by differential, but kills wise, it's only Arcanine close to me, and that's really fucking neato. So, Mega Blastoise and then Scizor, which I think has played more games than it says here, but, you know, mistakes were made. Megalarios is doing really fucking well, which I didn't even realize, so that's neat. And then Talonflame, basically, blah blah. You can see. And our next member is in number 17, Thundy T, 6 and 2. So that's really fucking neato. So with that, we're gonna hop on over to my team building sheet and talk about Kelly's team for a little bit. Let's adjust the dimensions for a bit, if Camtasia lets me. Thank you, Camtasia. You're a real buddy. So this is his team: Infernape, Azumarill, Garchomp, Amoonguss, Reuniclus, Almomola, Togetic, Rhydon, and Electros. If you haven't watched last week and either game or team analysis, you will notice that we have made a transfer. Kefki, Alicia the Kefki, joining us. Not coming this week, so yeah. I'm also still a little bit sick, so excuse me. For like 3 weeks now, which is great. So basically, looking at Kelly's team, there's one huge flaw, and that is he has Infernape and Garchomp at 108 and 102 respectively, and then his speed tiers just drop down to 65 on Almomola and 50 on Azumarill and Electros. Then he goes up to 40 and 30. So basically he has a massive speed gap, which, you know, he can run Trick Room very effectively in theory, but he only has one Trick Room set, and that is Reuniclus. So that's gonna be something I'm gonna try to explore a little bit this week. He also doesn't have a whole lot for Manaphy. You know, Kelly last season he got promoted from D2. He played a very strong season, except for one game where Manaphy destroyed everything he loved and owned. So that's a cool thing. Yeah, so Manaphy's gonna try and do that again. And yeah, then if we want to look at the type chart, which I think you can somewhat see that he only has 1 psychic resistance and a Reuniclus. I'm gonna try to explore it a little bit. Emphasis on a little bit. Normal resistance, only 1 Rhydon, which I don't expect to come, so Megalopony can freely spam return. And I guess flying weakness, but not really, considering that his team is the fattest thing in history. So yeah, there's that. I don't think there's anything else I want to talk about here. You can see here I've made notes for every Pokemon. The ones for Klefki is most important because it has keys, and that's very important for a game. So yeah, Dix is also very good running on set, in case you weren't aware. I make very good notes sometimes. Basically, every Pokemon was considered for this week. Whether I brought them or not, everything was considered. I will go into that a little bit later, into the 3 Pokemon I didn't bring, and say what I would have done with them and why I think they would have been good. So let's hop on over to the team builder. If we can adjust the dimensions once again. Wait, let's just do it like this. Yes. Okay. So team for this week, I think you didn't see that, it's called Cutesy Butts, because Kelly is a cute butt. So we're gonna start off with Tiny Blue the Manaphy, our captain. Only 4 kills so far this season, which is very disappointing for me and for him, it, them, her. Let's go with them, it. I don't know. Jesus. Fucking genderless Pokemon. Anyway, leftovers hydration is set Sub, Tailglow, Scald, and Psychic. Now, Kelly's team, as I said, has a really decent Psychic weakness. However, the reason I'm carrying Psychic is because, well, for one, I'm double attacking. So, there's that. I need one move that covers his team as well as possible together with Skull, and that is, of course, Psychic. Because it hits the Amoonguss super effectively. It hits his other water resistance in Azumarill neutrally. It hits Alomola neutrally. And that's very helpful, and it also hits Infernape super effectively, so I guess that's cool. But yeah, Psychic is basically there to hit Amoonguss as well as Alomola and Azumarill. I don't want to get walled by them because I'm carrying Ice Beam. Another reason to carry Psychic over Ice Beam is because if he for some reason decides to carry a Berry on Amoonguss, it's gonna be Yachi Berry. So there's that. So I can play around that with Psychic and just ignore the fact that there is even a Berry. It will not, like, it gives me the advantage of disadvantage of not killing Garchomp right away, but hey, what can you do? But yeah, as you can see, the spread we're running 236 HP, 252 special attack, modest with 20 in speed. As I said, he has a huge speed gap. With the speed, I outspeed everything that he has, barring the two things that outspeed me naturally. So this little speed, I also the reason I have this is because Garchomp, I outspeed unless it's Garchomp by 1 point, which I don't think he's bringing. It's just in case. Again, I'm really sure he's not bringing Fat Jump, because Fat Jump doesn't actually do a whole lot against my team. I think could do, but I don't see it happening. I feel like offensive Garchomp is much better for him in this matchup, and yeah. So the HP investment allows me to set up a sub and on a Seismic Tossing Togetic and not have it broken, so that's cool. Yeah. Something to keep in mind for this game for me personally is that Kelly said he's bringing memes. So something stupid is going to happen in this game. It's going to be glorious or really terrible for me. We'll see how that works out. Something that I could see him do is Azumarill with Sap Sipper. Just because that would wall the Mewnich that he's probably expecting, because Tailglow with 3 attacks, Scald, Energy, Ball, and Ice Beam does really well against his team. And Azumarill, of course, really hard walls that, so you could bring some kind of Sap Sipper variant. I'm pretty sure Whirlpool Parry Song is not possible to have with Sap Sipper, so you know, we'll see how that goes and what he does. I'm not exactly sure what else he's doing. Also, Alomola is complete setup for the thing. I cannot break my sub even if he's like modest HP grass, so that's cool. I'm also scaring out right on, obviously, with my water stab, so I can set up a sub on that thing switching out, and then, you know, go from there. Yeah, that's Manaphy this week. A huge win con, a massive check to a lot of his team. This is my main check to, well, one of my 2 main checks to Infernape, which I don't like saying because Infernape is scary. Last season I ran Fizz Def and it hard walled Infernape, but I'm not doing that this week. It also gives me an okay check to Azumarill, which Azumarill just runs through my team. It's not fun. Well, it has to be banned to run through my team, and if he's banned, it comes down to predictions, because I have things that can deal with fairy moves and with water moves respectively. In Klefkin side, which I'm not bringing as well as of course Manaphy and Crobat. P2 can shoot almost everything barring knockoff and sweet power. It doesn't really care. So there's that. So I could not bring a banner one. He could not even bring a Azumarill at all, because we talked about way back when, like 4 weeks ago or something. It was like, you have a lot of Azumarill switches, when I was saying that I'm scared of it. So I was like, okay, cool. I don't, but that's okay. So that's that. That's Manaphy. Let's just continue. This is actually the last addition to the team, which is Alaba, the Crobat with the safety goggles, Infiltrator as the ability, U-turn, Roost, Bravebird, and Super Fang. 244 HP, 180 defense, Jolly Nature, and 84 in speed. That speed allows me to outspeed Infernape if it's max speed, which is nice. Also really cool that Crobat only needs a little bit of investment. Shout out to Crobat. Basically, the thing is one of my another checks to Infernape. If Infernape is there, I'm gonna switch into the thing and Scout, because I don't think he's going for a water type move, for fire type move, as long as Manaphy's around. So yeah, that's that. I can pivot around this thing. With this thing, I can Scout for damage. I can see if he's Scarf variant, a Life Orb variant, a Bandit variant, or whatever it may be. If he's Bandit, it could be a little bit scary. And by a little bit, I mean very scary. So yeah, don't bring Bandit, please, Kelly. Thank you. Even SD could be scary, but if he's SD, then again, Crobat checks it very effectively. That's fine. Crobat is also a hard counter to Amoonguss. It also somewhat deals with Togetic as well, unless No, it needs for Togetic. It just does. It's also a good pivot into Azumarill because Play Rough is probably the move he wants to click against my team, considering that there is a Manaphy, which he's scared of. And yeah, this also prevents Gotcha from spamming EQ, which is nice. Super Fang is very nice against this team because this team is very fat. Things like Amoonguss, Reuniclus, Alamwola, Togetic, Rhydon, Electros, and then even like Gotcha and Azumarill, they're all fat. They can all chew hits. And with Super Fang, I will bring everything in range for either Manaphy, Megalob, or even Thunderous to just destroy his defensive core or his defensive parts of the team in general. And that's great. That's very great. So, yeah, that's Crobat. Safety Goggles, of course, for Amoonguss. I had them on Skuntank and then changed it around for a couple reasons. So, yeah, that's that. This is a pivot and it's a check to things and it's cool. That's what Crobat does. So, moving on to Mindy Mega Lopunny. This is a very important set. Lopunite, of course, Limbo has the ability Fake Out, Return, Ice Punch, and Baton Pass. Max Attack, Adamant, 172 Speed, and 84 in Defense. This is again just like Crobat outspeeds his entire team. There is no Scarfer he could bring that outspeeds this, like Almola. I think might outspeed the spread. If he scarfed Almola, then okay. Oh, okay. But it's not happening. It's just not. So there's that. And you will see that I don't have Fighting Step this week. The only thing I would need that for is Rhydon, which I'm not expecting. If he does bring it, I have Manaphy, I have Pichu, both of which can deal with it very effectively. Also, Crobat can Super Feint a thing on his Switch and doesn't have Recovery. At least a reliable one. He ran Rest Talk last week, so he could do that again. Don't see it happening because that's set up for Manaphy. So, why am I running this set? Because for one, the cool thing is this lives a Life Orb Iron Fist boosted Mach Punch from Infernape, which is very important because they can kill it with a return. The reason I have Baton Pass is because Kelly does have a multitude of switch-ins or checks to Mega Lopunny. Things like Reuniclus don't really care. Alamola doesn't care at all. Amoonguss, if it's Fizz Def, which I don't think he's bringing, I'm pretty sure he's bringing Spadef, can chew 2 returns and put me to sleep. Or 1 return and put me to sleep, and then, you know. Basically can switch into return and then put me to sleep. That's the thing. Togetic can like chew hits for days. Even Electros can take a hit, so don't think it's happening, but it could bring like a Fizz Def Electros. Rhydon could have counter with this set. I can't touch Rhydon anyway. The thing with all of these switch-ins is that they don't deal well with the other offensive that I have, with Manaphy, Thunderous, or even one of the other 3. Well, mainly Skuntank. So basically, if I see that he's gonna switch, I can click Baton Pass, or if I predict him to switch, I'm gonna click Baton Pass and go into the counter to the thing that he just brought in. Togetic, Thunderous. If he goes into Reuniclus, I'm gonna go into Skuntank and trap him. Almola, Manaphy. Amoonguss, I'm gonna choose which one I feel like. Probably Crobat, because of the goggles. And if he goes into Rhydon, then he has counter, and I'm very sure of that. Or he just wants to click Earthquake and get damage off of me, which is also very possible. So there's that. That's Mega Lopunny this week. I think Baton Pass is by far the best move I can run this week. Just because again, I can bait in his checks to the thing, in his counters, and then trap him with Skuntank or do whatever else I want. Set up with Thunderous, set up with Manaphy, etc. It just works very well this week. So next up is Z-Body Skuntank with the Black Sludge as the ability. Aftermath. No, Black Sludge as the item. Aftermath as the ability. That's how it works. Crunch, Pursuit, Poison Jab, and Taunt. Max Attack, Adamant, Max Special Defense, and 4 on HP. I don't need any speed investment again. I had enough to outspeed like a max speed Jolly Azumarill until I realized that he's not bringing that. Like, he's bringing enough to speed creep Seismitoad, and I still outspeed that with this set. So, yeah. I don't think he's bringing that speedy of an Azumarill. If he does, then he just lacks bulk in general. So, yeah. You can bring a Scarf Azumarill, but I don't see it working necessarily. So, yeah. People bring weird Scarfers in League format, so why not Azumarill? But it doesn't work against my team in my opinion. So, this thing is my dedicated answer to Reuniclus. Now, the issue is Skuntank is kind of weak, and Fizz Def Reuniclus is fat. If he's Fizz Def with leftovers, I have like a 50-something percentage to KO him after lefties with Crunch, which is stupid. Yeah, I want to change it to Black Glasses, but I want to have the recovery just in case. He does have HP ground, which I'm expecting him to have because he doesn't need any other coverage. The Reuniclus that I'm expecting is Fizz Def with Calm Mind, Recover, HP ground, and Psyshock. That works the best against my team. and that's it. It just works. So, he could also bring offensive Trick Room, but I don't think he will necessarily, because I don't know. He could, but I feel like he wants it as his Megalop check. So yeah, Taunt is there because Reuniclus is scary. I don't want it to set up. If it for some reason needs to be Acid Armor, which I don't think he will bring, because again I have a Scun Tank, then I can taunt that and prevent it from being super duper annoying. Taunt is generally really good against the team because of Amoonguss and Togetic and Alomola even though I probably won't stay on Alomola because I don't want to get burned. So yeah, that's Scun Tank. And it's basically just there for Reuniclus. Like last season I picked it up halfway through the season, or earlier than that, mainly because I was scared of Reuniclus. And yeah, and then Reuniclus didn't come because I had the thing. Yeah, Scun Tank is a cool Pokemon. That's the story of that. So, moving on, we have Duct Tape, the Porygon 2 with the Violet, Trace as the ability, Ice Beam, Recover, Toxic, and Troy Attack, physically defensive with 4 in special attack, Bolt Nature, etc. etc. This is my dedicated counter to Garchomp. Even if he is Choice Bandit, he does not 2-hit kill me with Outrage, as he's adamant, unless rocks are up. Either adamant or he has rocks up, which is very possible. So I need to play safe with the thing against Garchomp, but yeah, I can Ice Beam him. It does a fuck ton, and he can live actually if he has a little bit of investment. And while I was trying to fall asleep, as I had the horror scenario of him having an SD Protect sha-leik Berry Garchomp, in which case he just sweeps my team. If I go for Ice Beam, he lives because he has bulk investment. Pops the sha-leik Berry as he goes for an SD, and then he kills P2 because I took damage before somehow, and then he goes to Megalob. Then I go to Megalob, I go for Fake Out, he clicks Protect. It's not happening, but I had the horror scenario yesterday, and I didn't like it. I still don't like it. So yeah, I have Tri-Attack because it gives me a solid stab against a lot of his team. Again, he only has 1 normal resistance in the form of Rhydon, which I beat with Toxic, with Ice Beam, Recover. I don't need anything else for that. I can Toxic Electros, I can Toxic Togetic, Alomola, and I guess Reuniclus if he is not Regenerator. Zumo, Garchomp, and Infernape don't want to take damage either. Don't want to take damage either. And yeah. Jesus Christ, I'm still all over the place because I haven't. Well, it's been up to almost an hour, but I take like 4 hours to wake up properly, so it has that. So yeah, that's P2 this week. Dedicated Garchomp counter. If he doesn't bring Garchomp, then it's a lot freer. It's probably going to be fought off. It can actually take a hit from Infernape, so I can stay in on that. Go for Tri-Attack on a close combat and get huge damage off. And if he doesn't bring Garchomp again, which I'm pretty sure he is. So there's that. This can also help me check Reuniclus if he is non-Calm Mind or non-Focus Blast. So that's cool. Emphasis on check. I can solve out potentially. So there's that. So I need another wall breaker, and that is last but not least Thunderous. Eden the Thunderous Therian with the Expel, Volt, Absorb, Acid ability. A little bit of an interesting set. Psychic, Hidden Power, Ice, Nasty Plot, and Volt Switch. 236 HP, 252 special attack, modest, and 20 in speed. Again, the speed creeps Garchomp this time by 2 points because it doesn't really matter. I am even HP. Fuck. Why didn't I realize that? I thought I knew that. I saw that. Oops. Well then, let's put them in defense. There we go. I'm pretty sure I had that. I'm actually fairly certain I had that. Did I fuck around with the IVs? I probably did. I'm gonna tell Juan to potentially regen that if he has time. If not, then well, we're gonna go in with even HP. I'm pretty sure I looked at that yesterday, and then I probably changed it because I was half asleep, and that's great. So, yeah, this set is my dedicated wall breaker next to Manaphy, of course, because he doesn't have anything for this. Like, he has nothing at all. Garchomp dies to an HP Ice, and Infernape doesn't want to take anything. Amoonguss dies to Psychic. Even split left, Amoonguss gets 2 killed by Psychic without Nasty Plot up. After Nasty Plot, I just kill it, I'm pretty sure. Reuniclus doesn't want to take a Volt Switch, especially not a +2. And Alomola doesn't want to take a Volt Switch ever. Togetic doesn't want to take it. Rhydon doesn't want to take an HP Ice at +2. And Electros is the one hard counter he has, quote unquote hard counter. Which still takes a good chunk from Volt Switch. I can wear it down, click Psychic, and then be happy. But eventually click Psychic. That's, yeah. So this set changed around a lot during planning. I had Double Dance at some point. I had HPI, Thunderbolt, Astropod, and Agility. Realized Agility wasn't very helpful and changed it for Volt Switch. Now, Bayern Amoongus was still a little bit annoying for my team to take down reliably, especially for this thing. Because if he's been have HPS doesn't 2 KO, at +2 I do 2 KO, but then he can just put me to sleep. So, there's that. So I wanted Psychic just to have that for Amoongus, to have something else that can bait in Amoongus, and then proceed to 2 KO it, and then have it not be a problem at all for Manaphy, and then Manaphy just has free plays to fuck around. So yeah, there's that. This also can live a hit from Garchomp, from Scarf. I can live a Scarf Stone or something of the sort, which is crazy because I am massively HP invested. And yeah, that's that. This is the team. Thunder is basically, this team is very focused on momentum. Crobat is going to get YouTube momentum. Lopunny is going to get Baton Pass momentum, and this thing is going to click Volt Switch. And overall, I'm going to try to keep the momentum up in my favor, and then end up sweeping with Manaphy, maybe clean up with my Galop, and maybe even if I get rid of his fast threats with Thunderous, because as soon as those two are gone, he just loses the thing if I wore his team down a little bit. So, yeah, this week I have multiple win cons. I just have to make sure I don't get swept by his win cons, which is definitely possible. Kelly's a very good player, and yeah, I'm looking forward to this game because Kelly is one of my favorite people. I've been wanting to play him for a while, and now we can finally play. Well, we've played before, such from Crocodile and shit. That was good, but not an official league match. And yeah, it's time. Time's up, but time is now and shit. So that was Camtasia doing things. Good job. So yeah, I'm gonna end the video here. Already way too long. Tell me what you think of the team. Tell me what you think of the matchup. And with that, oh yeah, wait, no. I want to talk about the monster I didn't bring. Right. First up, Klefki. Klefki's always good. He doesn't have much. I can touch it as soon as I get up a Magnet Rise. He actually has nothing outside of Infernape, which I can T-Wave. So, Klefki would have been very nice, especially with spikes to wear down things like Amoongus and Elmola. Even Rhydon, there's Rumble. So, that would have been cool. Also, what else? Druddigon. Life Orb Druddigon is what I want to bring. This is just because Infernape was scary, but at this point I don't care anymore. So Life Orb Shield versus Druddigon actually shits on his team because it outspeeds everything. I was going to run absolute max speed, just to make sure that he has no way of speed creeping me unless he also runs max speed on his Rumble. Well, basically max speed. So, and with the 4 moves of like Outrage or Dragon Claw, Gunk Shot, and then something like Fire Punch for Mungus, potentially Aqua Tail for Rhydon, I just treat everything he has. However, Garchomp just revenge kills me, and I also just didn't fit on team I had over Crobat. I had to change it around, so that's that. Also, an Adamant Life Orb Surf from a Druddigon, 2 kills Rhydon. I find that hilarious. I saw Druddigon get surfed, and I was like, let's do a stupid calc, and I did a stupid calc, and it works. If I brought Druddigon, I probably would have put surf on it just for the memes. So, that's it. And then, last but not least, Seismitoad also does really decently against his team. The majority of his team just can't one-shot it, so that's very, very nice. Of course, Amoongus is there, Electros is there, but it can get chip damage off on everything. It also prevents Zoomer from spamming water moves at all. I'm a very good check to Zoomer because I had speed. I can pack Sludge Wave or Poison Jab, and everything is fine. And yeah, also checks Infernape if he doesn't have Grass on. So there's that. And yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention that the reason I have Ice Punch on Mega Lopunny is because I need something that can keep Garchomp 100% in check. I kill it no matter what with Ice Punch, if he's offensive. If he's not offensive, he's not really a problem. So, yeah. That's that. I'm going to shut up now. Thank you for watching. Again, tell me what you think of the team, of the matchup, and stuff and things. Leave a like, leave a comment, leave some nudes. I will appreciate all 3 of those, and hopefully see you guys next time. Goodbye.